Hey, everybody. Fascinating chat today with a company building a smartphone powered Web3 environment to secure trust in the physical and digital world. Mika, how are you?
I'm doing great, Evan. Thank you for having me on your live show.
Well, thanks for being here. You're in San Francisco. I see the amazing building you're in there. And we're going to chat about some incredible projects that you're working on, in particular, Nodal, around securing our content in a trustless world, and would love for you to introduce yourself and your mission at Nodal.
Thank you, Evan. So at Nodal, we are a team of engineers and also big Web3 aficionados, if I can say. We've been building for many years. We've been leading this project for 7 years now. And we are building, our vision is really to build a giant digital trust network. And to be more specific, we are developing a protocol to really connect reality and prove what is real. And we do it for a few applications that are live today. And the great things about Nodal is that anyone can join this network, participate, and also be compensated for sharing some resources of their smartphones.
Well, fantastic. And, talk about the founding vision of Nodal. What was the idea when the team came together to create it? We've all heard Web3 and blockchain, but talk about your unique vision behind the technology.
So what we wanted is to create a global network of mobile phones that would be programmable to run different type of applications. And we started with very IoT specific applications,
Mm.
for example, like location of assets. So we have been successful with this first application, which is leveraging the network of smartphones globally to locate items. And more specifically, our biggest use case today is used by insurance company to locate vehicles. So we have
Mm.
more than 100,000 vehicles in Europe who are equipped with beacons. And last year, during the summer, it was the first time this insurer actually found stolen cars leveraging this network of nodes. And when people run this node on their phone, they get compensated for the network,
Mm.
for participating in the network. And they are paid by a cryptocurrency called Nodal. And more
Fantastic.
recently, we realized that we could also leverage this network to address a very big problem that we are all, I think, facing, or most of us. This year, you're going to have 50 countries globally going under elections, that more than 2 billion people will be subject to elections. And as we saw in the last few weeks, actually, there is really a problem with misinformation, disinformation, and fake news. And we think today that we can solve that problem at Nodal by authenticating content, more specifically photos and videos. And we think that our network can participate to actually proving the authenticity and very often the location and time at which a photo or a video is taken.
Well, that's a fantastic goal. And in fact, you launched your first app on your blockchain called Click at CES. Tell us about Click. How is it unique? And how's it going to ensure trust in this world of zero trust on the internet?
So we launched Click. Click is a very simple mobile application. It is live today on iOS. You can participate and join the waitlist by going to clickapp.com. And we announced during CES 2 weeks ago that we were launching also on Android. And we expect that to happen live in beta still in the next 2 weeks. So the technology behind Click is pretty interesting. We are part of a consortium called the Content Authenticity Initiative,
Mm.
which is promoting a protocol called C2PA. It's a protocol for provenance of content. and it was initially developed by Adobe and the Linux Foundation. So with Click, we make this protocol available to any smartphone user through the Click app, and that's pretty unique. And the first people in the industry who started to implement it as well are camera manufacturers like Leica, Nikon, or Canon. And more and more people in the industry are going to support this provenance protocol, which is C2PA. What is unique about Click is not only we support this protocol, so we add all the metadata that we can gather when you take a photo of a video, and we embed it into the image or the video, and we sign it using that protocol. But we not only do that, we also make a record on the blockchain that is immutable. And what's fantastic for consumers or creators is we make it for free, and it's done on a public blockchain. It's actually the nodal chain, which is a layer 1 blockchain, and which is validated. Every transaction in that blockchain is validated every 12 seconds by around 20,000 servers around the globe. So it's pretty unique, I would say, application in that sense. And what we do as well is we publish the content when you sign it. So then you can share that content on any social platform. And when someone looks at a video or a photo that you took using Click, they can verify all the metadata attached to that photo or that video, the location, the time when it was taken, the characteristic of the camera in which that was used, so from the phone. And then in the future, it will be very easy to know if someone sees that same image or video, if it's actually the original one or not. And we think that by doing that is solving this big problem of fake news that we are all facing this year, and that is going to keep on increasing. I mean, I can give you some interesting information on what happened since generative AI was introduced and went mainstream a year ago. You had the equivalent of 150 years of photography coming online. So if we don't have people like you and me and everyone with a smartphone trying to keep the authenticity of what we see on the web by participating in this digital trust network, I mean, I don't think it will be a good thing for the coming generations. So I think it's really a wake-up call when we see all this generative AI and what's happening with fake news today. We all have to participate and try to keep the internet trusted. At least what we see and what we on the internet should be more and more authenticated and to provide accurate information.
Well, it's a brilliant mission. And of course, on the internet, we trust no one today. So that would be quite a leap forward. Describe the challenges you faced in building your layer 1 blockchain and the ecosystem, and the fact that it runs on smartphones. These aren't, PCs, laptops, big GPUs, CPUs. That must have been a challenge as well.
So we faced many challenges to build this network since we started. Originally, we were on the Stellar network, and back in 2020, when the network was growing, we reached, I think, it was around 1.4 million transactions a day. And so the Stellar team, which we have a lot of respect with, and we actually like our peers there, asked us if we could leave the network because we were doing too many transactions a day with the network of smartphone nodes running. So we opted first to migrate onto Substrate, which is an open source for layer 1 blockchain. And in 2022, early 22, we basically decided to join the Polkadot network and be validated by the Polkadot servers. So that basically has been a long journey. We've been through a lot of iterations, a lot of evolution. But we wanted also our own blockchain to be able to customize what we do on the chain, which is pretty unique, especially with the network of smartphones. So when it comes to the Click application, at some point, the Click app can leverage the network of nodes on smartphones to reinforce the proof of location with digital witnesses. And so it's I would say everything in the network participate to prove authenticity and photos and videos as well.
Fantastic. So one of your missions is to connect the next trillion things, so not too ambitious. But how do you see, beyond this first few use cases, IoT evolving, Nodal's role in that evolution, what are some of the big opportunities that you imagine developers can create?
So there are a lot of things that can be done. With the team, we decided to focus on these two use cases, the location of assets with this decentralized network of nodes, and now the content authentication. But it's a programmable network. So we developed something which is equivalent in Web3 to smart contract, which is called smart missions. And developers can leverage the smart missions to actually program the network and ask nodes to perform tasks, to perform missions. So an easy one would be at some point, if you want to have people to go and take a specific photo or video at a given time and at a given location. So developers will be able to program the network with this type of mission, where they can give a mission and pay people a certain amount of money for completing the mission. So that's basically how we envision this network to be more and more open and become programmable. And that can be done with any resources that you have on your smartphone. The smartphones, they have a bunch of sensors, so it can be done with, today we leverage a lot the location and the using the GPS on your smartphone. We leverage the Bluetooth radio, but tomorrow someone could leverage the Wi-Fi within the smartphone, or leverage the storage capacity of a smartphone, or leverage any other sensor that actually is present into a smartphone.
Fantastic. And, you're going to get lots of questions about privacy and security, which is, fundamental to what you're building with blockchain. But how do you address those kind of concerns?
So that's a very good question. And it was really at the core of our development since the beginning. So when you install the Nodal app, for example, if you want to participate in this giant network, it takes only 90 seconds to install and create an account. We don't ask you for any private information, but we do ask you indeed to share your location to be able to participate in the first mission and to share access to your Bluetooth radio. But the user is in control. Like if you want to participate in the network and earn tokens, you accept the mission or you don't. So, but you get whatever you accept to do or to share in terms of resources, you get compensated for it, or you will get compensated for it. So when you accept the mission to participate into the Bluetooth network today, the system pays you for maintaining activity on your phone every 15 minutes and sends you tokens. So it's the system generates new tokens, new Nodal token, and you get paid, and you receive them every 15 minutes on your account directly.
Fantastic. So Nodal is a cash, cryptocurrency. Talk about how that works for users and how it's traded and other benefits from being on the network around the crypto side.
Well, on the wallet, you have a few features today. You can easily, if you want to meet any NFT, you can access your gallery of photos or images, or create images and mint them directly from the app. So that's one thing you can do today very easily. You can participate in this Bluetooth network if you want. And with the Click app, which is the new app we just launched, now you can make a record for a photo or a video which is authentic for free on the network, and you can push that on the internet, on your socials, prove that the photo or video you took is an original one and authentic. And by doing that, you participate to this digital trust network. You also participate to make the internet better. And I think who wouldn't want to do that? And by doing that, you also will be able to own the content you share. I mean, for many years, there was this big problem that was, if you share your content on social media like Instagram or Facebook, Meta is owning your content. Meta is monetizing your content. Meta is doing anything they want with your content. Well, with Click, you reclaim ownership of any content that you share on the internet. And if tomorrow a business or a large language model from an AI company wants to use that content, you get paid for it. And that's a big deal. Not only they can source better content because they know it's true, they know it can be trusted, they know it is authentic, but also they can directly compensate the people who participate into the network. And that's because of blockchain.
Fantastic. So you're just returned from CES. What were your impressions of the show in general, and any takeaways, any learnings around Web3 and blockchain you want to share? As one of many tech topics there, but I'm sure there was some news we might have missed.
I particularly was impressed to see the big surge in autonomous vehicles and what almost pseudo flying cars. I think it's pretty interesting to see the number of companies building autonomous vehicles and flying autonomous vehicles. I think that was pretty impressive. More robots than ever, and also, more AI than ever. I was on the PwC booth. They had a suite where they are making a lot of demos of actually in the IoT space, and there was this interesting demo where you could get a translation of a video, any video you take, and then 10 minutes later get the translation in any language. So that was using AI. I was very bluffed by the results. And I said, that's pretty scary as well. So we need to authenticate this video to prove that actually the source is original. So I would say between the autonomous vehicle, robotics, and AI, that's what the most, I would say, impressed me when I was there. And also the number of participants. This year, it was like, I think, 140,000 people. So it shows the interest and the traction around consumer devices and new electronics and new technologies.
Yeah, it was an amazing show. Also, the Automo Focus, which is one of your focus as well. I mean, shouldn't every car, every scooter, every mobility concept flying car, shouldn't they be on the blockchain? Shouldn't they be Web3 compatible for car sharing, for selling and reselling cars, and for security reasons? I mean, it seems to make a lot of sense. Is that sort of one of the futures that you see as well?
What I see is that we are at a point in time in I would say, the exponential curve of new technologies and growing evolution of technologies, where blockchain can find a real meaning by complementing what's happening with AI. I do believe in the future, as AI participate more and more to our daily lives, that it will be more and more important to have this decision recorded on chain. The source of the information also being recorded on chain, so we can make sense of what an AI is doing, and eventually have a proof of why a decision was taken. Because these machines, as they come more and more, familiar into our lives, even robots, we're going to have, and they're going to interact with more and more people. We're going to have a real need to get more and more trust, and also that means trust means that we need to have proof points of every decision or action that is taken, or that these machines will be taking or taking for us at some point. It's already the case. So it's I think we are at a great point in time where we're going to see the convergence of AI applications with Web3, and more specifically blockchain.
Well, it's a fantastic vision, and you are right at the forefront of it all. What's next now that CES is behind you? Any other shows or events, travel coming up?
We are planning to be at a few events this year. Very likely Mobile World Congress in Barcelona.
I'll be there as well. So hopefully my Bluetooth tracker will be able to track you down and find you at MWC. It's a big venue, but great.
Yeah, so ping me. I will very likely be there, and we are preparing with the team also South by Southwest in Austin. We want to show live the power of this digital trust network and the Click app. So we will be present at South by Southwest as well. And in the Web3 space, it's potentially at ETH Denver. And at the end of this month in Asia, I will be at the Polkadot Blockchain Academy as well.
Brilliant. Well, busy few months ahead. Congratulations on all the success. And the vision looks really fascinating. I look forward to signing up and giving it a try. Thanks everyone for watching. Reach out to Nodal and try the app. It's on iOS and Android soon, and looks like a real interesting scenario to kind of get your feet wet. Thanks very much, Mika. Much appreciated.
Thank you, Evan, for having me on your live show, and I can't wait to have you on the part of the Nodal network. So if you want to install the app, you can go to nodal.com, nodle.com. And for the Click app, it is clickapp.com. And looking forward to see all of you be part of the network. Thank you, Evan.
Fantastic. Thanks so much.